Okay, everyone. Once again, we're back. We're going to give you a chance to see. We've gotten some things squared away. Earlier today, we ran a concept trading robot. She posted this figure right here. We have now we've caught up on some of our other work that we wanted to get done, namely get positioned for the CME challenge, which we have right now. We're ranked 100 out of 2,200 with less than 24 hours to go. So we'll see where we are on that. We're going to run we've sped up this concept into a scalper. It's going to be probably much more fun for those of you on YouTube that might pass through. You'll see the orders going in and out. It'll be a little bit quicker. So the benchmark is 28. Maybe I should write that down. We're not going to take our account below 2,000, and so we'll benchmark this right here. Benchmark 2,887, we'll call it. And this will be the benchmark on this scalper. So we gotta start a starting place here. And it's going to be a lot more active, at least it should be. So we'll see how we do. And I'm going to try not to do any intervening. We're just going to let this baby run, and she's running on the NQ, a scalping strategy. Now we are taping it for the benefit of our members, and we will post this and send it to them. Particularly if we get a good result, we want to inspire and create some ideas. But we also want to show it occasionally on these live sessions. So if you're following and you push the notification button, you'll get a live view. And we think, hopefully you think it is a little bit more impactful to do it in a live environment. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate. We don't get thousands of followers. That's okay. We're not suggesting that this is meant for everyone, but if you have any questions, by all means. All right, we'll see what happens here. We'll keep you posted. And maybe we should mark the time. Why don't we do that? Because it started at 2 o'clock. And so it's scalper turned on at 2 p.m. Maybe I should put the benchmark. Bench marked at 2,887. I'll take the other one away. We'll just put it here. So we got a beginning place. We're not going to take the account below 2, and we'll try to let her run and see what we can do. We have high hopes. We always have high hopes on all of these. We have over 65 and counting, working on another, should be a very significant project for those that want to trade visually. We'll stay posted for that. And any questions, let us know. And there is the first trade. So we'll chair it on. Trade number 1 underway. Remember now, there are 24 trading days in the month if you're trading futures and you count Sunday night. If you take Fridays off, there are 20. And there's the first trade that paid about $400. 2887 minus 3300. We'll get a tally in. You know, you could turn off. You could turn off the strategy. We're not going to do that. We're going to let it run. We're doing it live. We're letting you watch. And now, some of the earlier programs that we run that you may have seen videos on, some of these are programs that are trend seeking, and they may not be that fast. They may have run ups and run downs. This is a scalper. This is meant to trade very fast. So you might think of it, it's not high frequency, but it's a much higher frequency than normal. And we thought we'd come back in and we got some of our work done and let you have a chance to see it and ask any questions. Again, I'm Bagadon. This is stockmarketcaddy.com. We are not a broker. We're not a financial advisor. No, we're none of that. We actively trade. And by the way, the CME is running another contest this past week. 2,200 traders enrolled all over the world. Now, they've done it before. The previous two that we entered, there were 1,400. We finished number 20. We were ranked number 10 the day with 1 day to go. The last time we were ranked number 10 with 1 day to go. We got to number 2 and we finished number 7. There were 1,600. This week there are 2,200, and we haven't done nearly as well. But we're not out of it. No, we're not. Well, let's bring this in and show you. This is it. This is a real-time view. Bear with me. And we are ranked 115. This is us right here. We all got to play by the same rules. We all got to trade only precious metals. My hat's off to these people, but they're trying to sit on a lead. We're up 23. We've been up 25,000. We were as close as 35. And I'm not going to tell you how we're positioned, but we think we're positioned really well. We only have until 1 o'clock tomorrow. So we got our work cut out for us, and we'll keep you posted on how we play out. Unusual in that, we're having to, compete. Don't ordinarily have to compete with others. You just affect trades, but in order for us to get into any money and bragging rights, we don't want to finish in the top 10. We'd like to finish in the top number one spot if we can get there. Work's cut out for us. We need some help with the markets. We'll keep you posted. And depending upon how things turn out, we should have a profitable week, number one, and hopefully we finish in the top 200, at least top 10%, but we'd like to be in the top 2 or 3. Hats off to the other traders. It is, everyone's got to play by the same rules. The downside for us is that we don't have the technology to automate our trading with the CME site. So it's a little bit cumbersome. So we don't trade as actively. We've only traded maybe 22 or 23 times all week. And depending upon where we are later today and overnight will dictate how much more aggressive we get. Again, we're not brokers. We're not financial advisors. We're here to help people who want to trade mechanically and robotically to get their emotions out of their trading. And, I hate to break it down this way, $100 a day, 100. If you trade 20 times a month, is 2,000 a month. 200, 4,000, 300, so you've got to just slow your breathing down, slow your trading down, think about what it is you're doing, think about a process, and we'll try to help you find it. But you will need to trade your game, not mine, not Susan's, not someone else's, your game. We did earlier in the week, we had another tool, it was on Monday and Tuesday that we showcased. If you go to the live view on YouTube, and we have a tool that can real time give us some option opportunity. In fact, I want to go check that. I'm not going to bring it into view, but I can, don't want to do too many things here. That machine, by the way, that was that last trade. Let's see, let's run a tally here. It was, how much did we net on that? The benchmark is 2887. That's where we started. That was on an earlier trend trading. This is a scalper that we're doing. So the account is at, we'll call it 3,300 minus 2887. And yeah, perfect. That trade paid 413. And just beautiful, beautiful little trade. And it's ready to do it again. So many things that we can do. We can set profit targets, stop losses. We can set clocks. We can set proximity fuses. We got all kinds of things, only limited by your imagination. All of these tools that we have are available. Monthly members on a nightly video. Annual members get all these tools on their desktop, but we do require that you go through a Q school. It's in everyone's interest to do it. And we want to make sure that you know who we are, what we're about, how we approach things, because you're going to need to make adjustments as you go. We want you to have some trading skill, some piloting skill. If you have any questions on what it is you're seeing, don't hesitate. I'm more than happy to bring into view, any market. If you want us to plug in a market, a stock, just tell us the stock, tell us the interval. We'll tell you how Swing Machine is positioned, how and when when he went long or short. We can calculate the trade purse. We'll get the entry price, the time. We love to show the baby. Love to show the baby. But again, this strategy is running in the background. And if you see an order go in here, that's the strategy and that's the machine putting it in. It's a beautiful thing. And we're keeping a casual eye. We really, it's always the case. I'm a little disappointed in our performance on the CME. We were short in a big way yesterday, and I took it off just a little too soon, and reverse course just a little too soon. We should have been in a much better position. We were in a hole late yesterday. We were ranked like number 700, and every single time that CME, it seems like every Tuesday, Wednesday, we were 200 and 300. And we don't actively trade it early on. Every time I always say I wish we could have got a little better start, but we made up for it, and we're inside 100, so we're in the top 5%, and with a little bit of luck, we can only go until 1 o'clock tomorrow. With a little bit of luck, I still think that we could win it. I really do. I don't want to tell you how we're positioned. I don't want to do that. But everyone's got to play by the same rules. It can't be gamed. They're trading the same 4 markets. There are 2,200 other entities, and some of them are entities. They got many people, and some are trading a few times, some are trading a lot, and they're trading the exact same markets we are. I can literally tell, at least the ones that are in the top 10, I can literally tell how they're positioned. And so we gotta do well, but I've also got to be mindful of where they are. And all right, so there's trade number 2. Okay, so that was the NQ, and she went short. See the little asterisk after the 3? That means that there's an order already attached to that order, right? So the machine has it. I didn't put that in. You can see she's up about $40, $45. Now, if I wanted to come in and kill that trade, make $30, $40, I could do that, but I don't really want to do that, right? It's already predetermined, and Now, we'd love to be able to show you what's running, but that wouldn't be fair to our members. Our members will get a good view of this, and we're working on something very specific. It's going to take us a couple more weeks, and it's going to be also, it's going to have a real, we think, a really, really nice, unique visual component to it, especially for this market, but that we've been in. So, but earlier today we ran this trading robot, this similar to what we've done before. It was a trend seeker, so it traded just once, and that's what deposited that into our account. We used a swing machine to recognize and say, hey, maybe it's time to take a bread out. But at 2 p.m. and we decided to come back on, we got caught up on our work, and we got caught up on the CME challenge, and we got that in position now. So there's not much for us to do, and we thought we would speed this up and get this turned on. We're prepared. We won't take the account below 2,000, but we're prepared to let it run. So hopefully we get some nice, fast little trades in here. And the first trade out of the gate was $400. No carpal tunnel. No, do I buy this? Do I sell this? How about look at this? Look at that. Oh man, we get this. We're not doing any of that. We're just not. So, but we thank you for coming by. If you've got any questions, let us know. And be sure to, if you want to make sure that you get our notifications, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, push the notification bell. I think what we're going to do, I think maybe at least for the summer months, I'm a little always hesitant, there'll be vacations and whatnot, but I'm always around the markets. But I think what we're going to do is at the middle part of every day, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock, we're probably going to showcase something. And if you like to trade options, you like to trade stocks, it's going to behoove you. It's going to interest you to take a peek, because we had some wonderful options. In fact, I want to go take a peek at those that we called out on Monday and Tuesday. Let me go look and see what those guys are doing while we're here. Oh, here they are. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not doing as well, but still alive. The biggest one, of course, though, was Microsoft. We got a beautiful what we call a Pebble Beach reversal automated trade setup. We sold a call on Microsoft at 335, took some of that premium and bought a call at 342.50, and that trades up 800. The other trade that is still in play, we got a Pebble Beach sell on Netflix at 400, and we just flat out went in and got a put at 240. I'm sorry, at 400. That trade, we're down 240. We could have structured that a little differently. But I do still think that Netflix at 400 looks really, really enticing. Salesforce.com, we have been wrestling with. We got a Pebble Beach sell on Salesforce.com at 210 to 210.50, I think. And we got a little bit later. We're down a little right now. We've been up as much as 1,000. That's just this week, but we're still short. We'll deal with some of these options. So we're going to try to keep 3 or 4 option trades working, and we would like to close them out, in view. So maybe tomorrow we come back with our Pebble Beach trade generator and close out some of these options and tee up some new ones. Let me, okay. And she just reversed course. Okay, I just heard it in my headphones. I don't know. Okay, so she took a small loss there and she went long. This is going to be active. This is going to be, she can have some flat spots. She can be positioned where she's not long or short, but she's going to be, trading her little heart out here. And hopefully we want to stay above where we started anyways, hopefully, right? And I don't know, we can't know for sure. The back test looks pretty interesting to us. It was pretty interesting. We had a view on it overnight. We don't want to embarrass ourselves, but you never know, right? And that's why we do it real time, live. Now, could I go up there and scalp that $65? Yes. I'm going to choose not to do that, right? I'm not. I don't want to be doing that if I can help it. So I'll let the machine handle it. But this was why I underlined this. When we turned the scalping mechanism on, that was where our account value was. So we're still good. We're still makes sense. I hope so. So I want to go. I won't bring this into view. I don't want to make it confusing, but I'm going to. Oh, I guess I have to open it. Yeah, we had a. Let's see. At the risk of slowing my computer down, I'm going to open up another desktop, and we'll try to give you some interesting option opportunities here. This Pebble Beach trade generator is a tool that we used before. I gotta go get it. Before Swing Machine, and it's very, very good. So hopefully I don't overload my computer. I got it teed up, and we'll let this load up and we'll try to give you some opportunities to consider. This wouldn't be to buy or sell any of these, but maybe you want to take a peek at them, put them through your own process a little bit, and see what you see. We appreciate the like buttons. We do. We appreciate the retweets, and the more folks we have, the more apt we're apt to do this. And we also enjoy the questions too. It sparks conversation, around this. Unless you want to talk about the live golf thing. How about those guys? Man, I'd like to be the guy that turned down, 200 million for the sake of the PGA Tour, and then they turn around and knife you in the back. Isn't that awful? Man alive. Boy, they got we tweeted out, I did it was a year ago. And I'm like, guys, the PGA Tour, they're not saints. They're not saints. We know what they did with Trump and Doral and all that, not to get anything into that. And you got an opportunity to pick up 200 million, 300 million, 500 million. You're a fool if you don't take that, in my view. And I said at the time that the PGA Tour is not a saint. I think the tweet virtually said, they would do it. And they turned around and they did it themselves. This whole notion about the Saudis this, the Saudis that. I mean, you know what? We all got blood on our hands, but we all got, those guys are buying, we're all buying Saudi oil all the time, So what a sin. Those guys turned down hundreds of millions of dollars for the sake of the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour turned around and stabbed them. I know what I would do if I was Rory, or I was one of those tour players. I would tell them, I didn't expect to go here. I would get together and I would get our lawyers pulled together, and I'd tell them, okay, you see, because the PGA had a nonprofit standing, but now they're going to set up a for-profit side of the business. And I would get, I don't even know you have to call it a union, but I would just tell them, okay, all the people that stayed behind and supported the PGA, I would say, look, you guys wouldn't have had the opportunity you have. So you're going to profit share with us. And we're going to get the ones that stayed with the PGA Tour during this year. Call them the founding fathers, but they should get, I think, some sort of private share in the for-profit side of that business. And if they don't, then I'd unionize and sit it out. But how they got hosed and played, unbelievable. Nice problem to have, right? But even for Tiger, Tiger was rumored to have been able to pick up 750 million. He cannot. I know he doesn't hurt for money, but that's he cannot be very happy about that. But nice, high quality problem. But I do think it's kind of fascinating. But I said it at the time a year ago, you got to take the money, got to, and they didn't, and they got shafted thus far. But they still got. There's only a couple hundred of them, so they're a lot stronger than they think, except that they gotta organize and get some real good leadership. And that guy Monahan, he didn't have their interest at heart at all. They were young guys and they got played. Sorry to say, but so we're gonna let this continue to run, right? So you can see in that little position window, the little plus sign in front means that it's long. The NQM means that is a continuous contract on the Nasdaq futures. The little so NQ is the root. M stands for the month that expires, which is actually June. You would think it'd be J, but it isn't. And that'll be expiring, rolling out really tomorrow and then dead next week. And we'll start trading the September contract. I'm not even sure what that letter will be. 23 represents the year. Now, if you're not familiar with futures, the amount of money that we're using that you must have in your account is about $1,700 during the hours of 9 and 4. 1,700. If you want to trade a micro, you could, and you no, yeah, it is. Yeah, believe it or not, it's like I think it's about the same. It's kind of crazy, actually. But a micro, you would only be up $8.50 or down. It's 1/10 the size. If you're going to go overnight, you probably want to reduce your leverage a little bit, right? But the machine has a good control over it. Execution looks flawless to us right now, and we're going to just let this thing run itself out. And we're taping this for our members, and you're getting to see it live, and we'll get to see how much. But you could be playing along, and maybe you'd say, like, you know what, hey, you know what, I'm this thing's going to trade that actively. I'm going to take my $40. And you do that, 5, 6, 7, or 8 times, make your money, and gone, go, go play some golf. Beautiful way to go. Boy, the summer's moved in here to Tampa. The holy smokes, gotten humid and hot. We had a very nice spring, but it really came in with a vengeance here. Now, I would have loved to have traded the CME challenge, and have our tools on it. But yeah, you can't. You've got to use their portfolio. You got to use their device, and it's like a 2-step process. And we just can't move that fast. We can't move as fast as we need to. So we got to go a little bit slower. And right now we're ranked 112. So 2,200, 10% would be 200. So we're in the top 5%, but we're trying to win it. We want to be and we have enough firepower to, would be nice if some of the top dogs, most of the people that are in the top 10 now are not with the ones that were there at the beginning of the week. They're all gone. And it happens every time. And what happens is in the beginning, people place a bet, long or short, they hit it, they run to the top, then they tried to sit on it, and then they get killed. But by this time, now you got the traders. So the top guy, he's traded 13 times, which is very, very good. Number two is 12. Number three is 77 times. That's quite a bit. That's a lot. 43, number four. Number five is traded 33, 615. That's very, very good trading there. Number seven, 22 times. Number eight, 15 times. Number nine, 61 times. And we are at 112. We've traded 28 times, which is quite a bit. But if we could have put that on a machine, I wouldn't even care how many times it trades. And I would have just automated this thing and just let that sucker run. And I think we would chew them up. But I just can't get the orders in quick enough and out of it quick enough. So we have to do what we have to do. So this is another nice little trade here. And there's an asterisk there. It hits a certain level. And there's some exits in here, and she'll take another profit. Hopefully. Could I go up there and scalp it? I could. I'm not going to, but I could. I can stand up. I can walk outside, take Ted. Ted's now getting the mail for us. Guys, he doesn't carry packages. He refuses to carry packages. That's like, no, that's UPS, that's FedEx. I'm not a UPS. I work for the federal government. I'm a letter carrier. So he likes to go out and carry the letter. I gotta get a video of it. Carry the letters in. He looks forward to it. That's his job. Even if it's got a magazine, but boxes, no brown boxes. No, he won't do that. But he's a letter carrier. I think I should get him a little uniform, put him on the payroll. He loves to go get the mail. It's amazing. And if we go out, it's crazy. If we go out and there's no mail, this is my day consists of, and there's no mail, then he proceeds. He wants the leash in his mouth, not just the leash, but it's got to be the handle of the leash. He's like, all right, I'm going to walk your dumb ass back in the house, man. What are you walking me around for? He is one smart 3-year-old golden retriever. He's got quite the life too. God, dog gets more exercise, get tons of exercise. He gets the pool every afternoon. I tell you what, he's got more girlfriends too then. So this is a beautiful thing. I'll keep you posted. So if you have any questions about, again, who we are, what we're about, we got a new website. Be sure to check that out. We got some other ideas and tools that we're going to be developing for members. We got some really, really nice things coming down the pike. Really, really good stuff. Really, really nice. And but what we wanted to do is I was discussing this with our members for when we do these little YouTube sessions in the middle of the day, we'd like to be able, like in the middle of the day, probably, at a scheduled time. So be thinking about, it's either going to be 11 or noon. Maybe you should let us know what time works better. But maybe like from 11 to 1, with the idea that we'll stop, but not before 11 because we got our other things. But we want to be able to show you some option opportunity, maybe like every day, give you a glimpse, give you an idea, and then have a program that's running so that you can see how quickly you can get your trades in and get out. If we run some of our trending programs, they may not happen that quickly. And they may have a little drawdown and, you don't get to see what you want to see. I know what you want to see, and there's a huge advantage to quitting early, getting in and getting out. So again, we're going to let this, I haven't started to do any scalping. Now I could, but I'm going to choose to let the machine play this out here. Yeah, but I mean, to think that Rory McIlroy, Rory, they're talking about, they could have picked up 5 or 600 million. They got those kids all whooped up and say bad things about, the Saudis, which, probably deservedly so. But but they got them all, and then turn around in the PGA Tour and then ink the deal yourselves. I mean, what? That is so nasty. That may be one of the most vicious things. I mean, really. But I was saying it a year ago because I thought politics aside, I thought that what they did to Trump when Trump bought the Doral, just I just thought what they did to him was shitty. I mean, he spent millions, redid the Doral. That used to be a beautiful golf tournament, and they just yanked it from him just for political reason. And I thought that was shitty too, you know. So this PGA Tour, this isn't by any means over yet. They could get a can of whoop ass. Okay, so she just reversed gear. Let's see. Okay, so she's still profitable at 32.59, and we're now short. And that little asterisk means there's an exit there. So let's cheer her on. Now we're up $80. Could we take the money? We could. We could scalp it. I'm not going to, but I could. It's up 100. Gonna let it go. So I'm just calling these out so you could, it's kind of, I'm not suggesting you play at home because you're on a 50 or 60-second delay and on YouTube, so it probably wouldn't be a good idea, but could you have this little program on your desktop? Yeah, you could. Now, time in the market is also a risk parameter, so you can have it with, your mindset that, maybe you're only going to do this for an hour or two, and not do it all day, every day, right? Just long enough, make your money and get out. So go do something else. I'm here because I want to be here. I'm not in the market as much as you might think. Um, but the machine has total control over this. While we're here, let's just as an example, we don't have any volunteers. What do you think? NVIDIA maybe? Want to look at NVIDIA? Oops, no, not there. We'll put in NVIDIA here, NVDA. Now this is on a 5-minute basis. We don't want to trade NVIDIA on a 5-minute. I mean, maybe you do, but let's put it on an hour. All right, so NVIDIA went long 4 hours ago and it's underwater $2. So probably will be headed up. Let's put it on a daily. Let's see what's going on with a daily view. So NVIDIA went long 103 days ago and has delivered not $226, but 226 points, because this purse is calculating an individual contract, or in this case, an individual share. How about Tesla? What's going on with Tesla? Right. So Tesla's up there. Oh, we just took another haircut there. Tesla on a daily went long 13 days ago. 13 days ago, it's trading at oh, I wanted Netflix. All right. So we'll look at Tesla though. 232. It went long at 188 just 13 days ago. So imagine if you had bought a call option at 190 30 days ago, you got $5,000 in your pocket. You know, $4,000 to $5,000. That works. And on a daily basis, Tesla is up here at 80. And you know what? If I would say take the bread, you know, I wouldn't short it here, but I would definitely take the bread. All right. So how about Netflix? And if you want to see the purse calculate shares, we can do that, right? We can come in here. I won't do it, but just to show you and see, we can change it from futures, try to make that false, make it stocks true. Then we can put in either the share count or an amount of money. And that will change the purse calculation to reflect either the number of shares or the amount of money that you're trading on a stock. Make sense? Otherwise, when it's in futures, it's just calculating one mini contract. And a micro, we just divide by 10. But all right, so let's put in Netflix, NF, while we're waiting for orders. Netflix on a daily, well, check this out. Holy crap. Wow. So Netflix 22 days ago, all right, so you didn't have to subscribe to, you know, Nigerians or Hedgeye or anything else. 22 days ago, you get long Netflix. At what price? Buy a call option at 332. If you bought a 30-day call option on Netflix 22 days ago and you got it at 332 and she's trading at 400, you're up $7,000. And you know what? It's got plenty of room to go further. It really does. Now, I think there's going to still be a pullback, but you know what? You know, you don't have to play for that. Any other stocks or markets you want to look at? What other stocks everybody's talking about? Can be anything. It doesn't get them all right. Right? I'm not presenting this that it gets them all right. But if it gets them wrong, it won't stay wrong for long. Say that 10 times. It just won't. And it doesn't have any ego. And it's pretty damn smart. Trying to think of another stock that everybody's talking about or trading. Let's see. Now we're up another 130, right? We could scalp it. Do you want to scalp it? I'm not going to, but you could, right? It's there. It's very easily. You could just go up and just take that $130. It might come back and lose. And if it does, go the other way, it'll do its thing. But we've been trading. We've been trading for less than an hour, and we started with this amount of money and we have that. So we're up a few hundred still, but very, very scalpable, very doable, I hope. Just doing its thing. Now we're not trading swing machine. We're letting something else run. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the stocks that folks are talking about. Let me go get just a bead or just to jog my memory banks. Let's see. How about Costco, right? Costco's a big name. COST, Costco. Okay, this was just 8 days ago. 8 days ago. So say you bought a call option at Costco when it was trading at 508, you got $11. That's like about $1,000. If you bought a call option 30-day, you're probably up about $1,000. That works. Netflix, we did. Tesla, we did. Looking for some other big names that everybody likes to trade. Microsoft, of course. MSFT, that was 93 days ago. That was a long time ago. 93 days at 248, 77 points. Beautiful. Congrats. How about Zimmer Biomet, ZBH? All right. So so maybe you hear a stock that's, on stock Twitters, or somebody says, hey, I'm thinking of getting that. We got to do Amazon. So, all right. So Zimmer Biomet on a daily went short 11 days ago, and it's underwater by $6. So it is. So there's a loser. And, maybe you just want to get out of it. How about Amazon? AMZN. 59 days ago, 59, a call at 100, and you got 23 points in it. So that works out well. Apple. How about Apple? Oops, shit. But that's the label row. So there it is. AAPL, Apple. Daily, 95 days ago at 142, 37 points. They made a couple of bucks. Beautiful. How about IWM, the Russell 2000? Get long 5 days ago, $4 on an ETF. That's pretty damn good in 5 days. The idea here is that, we're not drawing moving averages. We're not filling your heads with, a bunch of narrative bullshit. We're just not. Don't need to. And what we want to do during the summer months is to begin to show you at midday for an hour or two how this is the ESM, by the way, on a daily. So it was 50 days ago. 50 days ago, if you had put a mini contract on, you're up 10 grand. If you had used the micro, you're up 1,000. But we usually don't use a whole lot of leverage, when we go overnight. We use more leverage during the day and less leverage as we go overnight. But we just want to show you, the idea is to show you what's possible. But you will have to be the one to do it, because I'm not a broker. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't hit the shot for you, right? We can provide you the tools. We can provide you the education on what we do and how we go about doing it. But you'll need to practice and do your thing. It'll have to be you. And hopefully that's fun. I mean, I don't want to watch somebody else play golf. I want to play. I want to play my game. So we're still positive here. We've been trading an hour and, maybe we just stop, right? I'm going to keep going, um, but if you turn this on a Monday and you run it for an hour or two and you make your money, then fine, just shut it off. Come back on Tuesday, you do an hour or two, and then fine, shut it off. Oh. Now you'll want to be able to do other things. I think my chair needs oil. Brand new chair too. Um, and we're not moving on the CME. We're stuck. We're at 116. I wanted to be at 20 or better. It's gonna be hard to beat these guys. They're good. We yeah, we're at 120. Yeah, 120. Oh, it's too bad. We fumbled yesterday. We had a really, really good opportunity yesterday to be in better position today, and I messed it up. But I can tell you now where our profit factor is for the day on this NQ. Now we've added a lot more trades, so it's impacted our profit factor, but we're still since midnight. So let me run that. Tell you. Okay, so that's not bad. So our profit factor since midnight, actually since really this morning, but for today is 21. 21. We've had a total number of 6 trades, including these active ones here. We've got a 66% win rate, but we've made $21 for every dollar that we've lost. That works. That's how you make money. That's how you run a successful business, whether that business is a Subway store, a jewelry store, music store. They got music stores anymore? Maybe not. Tattoo parlor. Hey, you've got to get a return. And we don't measure the percentage return. We want an ROI on our trading capital. And if you're going to get super, super focused on every individual trade, I think you're going to get tired. You're going to get real bogged down. And if you get emotionally vested in your trading, you won't make it. You get worn out. Okay, she took a little loss there, but once again, now she's up 45, $50, right? Could we take it? We could. We could. Should we start doing that? I mean, I don't want to, but maybe you would, right? Maybe you'd want to practice that, right? But she's meant to trade as a scalper. She's meant to trade in a very, very tight little range and to get you in the money and so maybe you would want to do that. And there's a technique for scalping and intervening with these robots, and that has to be learned. But I'm going to choose not to do it because if I get another, that first winner was about $400. We get another one, that'd be nice. That'd be, you know, if I go intervening, then I may not get that. Now I can tell you some of the characteristics of this particular scalping strategy. Pretty narrow profit factor, but the average winning trade, let's see, the average winning trade is $223. That's the average winning trade. The average losing trade is 135. Just enough. That works. That's nice. She wins about 40% of the time. That's what we're expecting. But you might turn it on for 3, 4, 5 days, 3, 4, 5 weeks and win, win, win. You might. I'm gonna let the machine take it though. Looks pretty good. We're long. I can see swing machine is long, so we might run up there. It's got a little profit target built in and see if we can hit it. If I take it off right now, yeah, I'll make 230, but I may not hit I'll never get the profit target. So I want to see if I can hit it. That profit target is about $400. So if we hit it, it'll take our account up to 3650. Well, that works. I haven't put on one trade. I haven't taken one off. No, I haven't had reason to touch the mouse. I just to hit the microphone, maybe talk to you guys. This is the way it should work. This is the way it should look to you. This is the way it should feel to you. Not saying that you're going to do it right out of the gate, but that's why we show this. And you might be saying, hell with that. I'm taking the $200 bagger. I got 20 trading days. I just made $500, $600 in 45 minutes. I'm going to take it. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Monthly members, we have an unlimited number of monthly members. They get a video view every night. They're going to be getting more. They may not know it yet, but there's going to be other things coming your way as we build out this summer. But that's what you get. Annual members get all of these tools on their desktop, including everything that we're working on. So you start, right away. But we have a limited number. We will only issue a limited number of annual licenses, and you must go through the Q school once. And we spell that out, why and so forth on the website. So don't hesitate. Okay, it took a little winter. So we got a few more people coming by on YouTube, and we thank you. We're going to try this summer. I think what I'm going to do when I'm not on vacation, and we got a little vacation coming up, I think, but we will try to do it around the middle part of the day, either 11 o'clock or noon. You guys let us know what works better. And we'll try to showcase and give everybody some trading opportunities too. We did that on Monday and Tuesday with some option opportunities. We were here earlier today. We want to run though. If we're going to run a program for an hour or two max, we would like it to be kind of like a scalping program for you, so that you get to see some small wins, small losses, and the trending programs are more profitable, but they can take longer, and we can't tie up the computer, and you might see a big day, you might see a big draw or bigger draw, let's put it that way, and that may not be what you want to see. So that's the idea. We've been running this little scalper program since 2 o'clock for an hour and a half. We haven't scalped it. The machine's been doing it. We haven't put on one trade. We haven't taken one off. We could have. And we started at 28.87, and we're at 334. So what is that? Roughly $400 or $500. Tell you in a minute. Somebody I know has already got to figure it out. I'm not that fast. $447. Our profit factor for the day is around 21, because we had, this one, see the 2008-87, that came from a trending strategy, right? The additional $450 is coming from the scalper. So that also is going to be determined, what kind of trader do you want to be? How do you want to work your money? It's up to you. And there's a lot of things that you can control in terms of the leverage, the market, the amount of time in the market. Okay, so there we got another little trade. It was a small loss, and I didn't put that trade in. The machine did that. This is a swing machine. We keep swing machine ever present. We can trade it in and of itself. And I'm happy to plug in. We're plugging in stocks. If you have a stock and you have an interval that you want us to look at the stock on, happy to do it. We just showed, thousands of dollars in potential profits from NVIDIA to Amazon to any of these stocks. Really just, now is the time to get ready, because this fall is going to be crazy. So you want to get your education and you want to get your tools set up now, so you're ready to roll. We're monitoring the CME. The CME ran a contest. Okay, we're doing a little better. Let's bring this into view. 2,200 traders. 2,200. It started on Sunday night, and we are here. We're at 106. So we're up about 25,000. This guy's done remarkable. I mean, he's only traded 13 times too. This guy's traded 77 times. They've done very, very good. Our big day should have been yesterday, and we kind of booted it. But we're still in the top 5%. And I think we're still in good position. I can't trade this mechanically or robotically, though, because the orders have to go into the CME, and they have to go into their account, and it's a two-step process. So it's real cumbersome. And so I can't set it up to trade it robotically. So we kind of have to do a position trades. I said that if we could get ourselves within the top 20, I'd stay up overnight. So if I'm not in the top 20, I'm not going to stay up overnight. I'm going to use our tools to get on what I think is the best position by the time 1 o'clock. And to put it this way, we have a position on silver. If silver comes back, this 80 cents, we'll win. We will win. And if gold comes in, and I'm positions for the metals to come in. Now it's a little unusual, right? If you had a bank of 100,000 and you made 25,000, I wouldn't be trading. I would suggest you stop trading. But but we're doing it for bragging rights, obviously, and we'd like to win their little spiff if we can do it. We've done it before. 1,400, we came in 20. 1,600, we came in number 7. This would be 2,200. We're in the top 5% right now. It's doable. I think if you're scanning the internet for trade opportunities, I think if you're grinding on a moving average or a candle formation or a MACD day in and day out, I think that if you're subscribing to somebody who's just given you a bunch of picks and then you pick them from there, I think you're wasting your time. I'm sorry. I think it's a waste of time. I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't. We're not giving you the picks. We're giving you the tools. We're going to spend 3 weeks with you. I'm going to give you whether you hopefully you like it, but I'm also going to give you a chance over the course of 3 weeks to ask all the questions you want to ask. The things that are, frustrating to you, the things that are bugging you from a trading standpoint, the things that you want to explore. You'll learn a lot. We will learn a lot. I will learn a lot. The Nigerians aren't going to do that, folks. I'm sorry. You spend 12. I think they get $12,000 or $15,000, and you get a private ride on a jet with them from Florida out to Napa Valley, and talk stocks at a vineyard. Okay, it's going to cost you 12 or 15,000. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not go on a cruise with Bag of Dawn, and we're not doing that. It would be fun, I suppose, but although we always had it as an idea that one day maybe a group of us, everyone's in a position where they want to be, and they take a week's profits, and we all go out, meet out at Pebble Beach, and play around the golf for a weekend or so. Bring your significant others, and that'd be fun. But I haven't had to make any decision. We've been running since 2 live, and we're still up. We're still fine. And no, I won't let it go crazy here. We weren't going to let it go down below $2,000, so I was prepared, 700-800, to chew up if we had to. But we've been all right. Again, if you want us to plug anything in, or if you have any questions, just let us know. This is a great hour. Let me bring into view. Well, I won't bring it into view, but I'll mention we have a tool that's called the Option Club Selector, and so let's take a look even at the Pebble Beach. Let's see here. Well, O'Reilly Auto Parts long looks interesting here. It's up at 905. You'd have to use options. Um, Bristol Myers BMY looks good as a long. UHS looks good as a long. Humana HUM looks good as a long. Now let's go get some options. And I tell you what, we'll bring this into view. This is a wonderful little tool, especially at this time of day. Wow, there isn't much. That kind of tells you where the market is. Bear with me, let me bring this in. This is the option club selector. And scanning the 500 stocks, the only long is this one. It's Campbell Soup. Buy a call. That's it. Over here, though, there's a ton. Pretty much tells you where the market is. So here are some put opportunities, put and debit spreads, and some call credit spreads are in here too, mostly to put debit spreads. And there they are. Iron condors is always, and they're neutral, long and short. So we'll scroll down, give you a chance to see some of we just took another trade there, but here are the iron condors. There they are. If you're interested. That's how we go about getting our trade opportunities. It's consistent, it's objective, and it's based on good probabilities, and it's based on good math. When you're trading options, you've got to get the direction right, you got to get the timing right, and you got to get the implied volatility right, the pricing right. And that tool does a really, really good job. So again, we're trading just one NQ. The amount of margin that's being used is about $1,700 during the day between the hours of 9 and 4. That's about how much margin is being used. But you could use micros, which is 1/10. Although you still wind up using, almost the same amount of margin. It's kind of crazy what they give you. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. We now have over 65 to 70 proprietary tools. These could be indicators, studies, show me studies, paint bars, strategies, radars, quite a few. Let's go look at that CME. I lost my tab there. See if we can gain some ground here going into the close. We're at 110, 110, 5%. Now we could scalp it, right? We could. And in fact, I'm going to because I want to see, okay, I just scalped it. What I want to see is this particular strategy. It's going to have another order. And I want to see, does it put the order in or does it skip it? Because what happens is when you're running a strategy and you intervene like that and take the profit, ideally, it's now out of sync. The strategy thinks it's in a trade and it isn't. So what will it do when it goes to exit? And then more importantly, I don't think it'll do anything, but what does it do when it goes into the next trade? So the only way I want to see what happens here. The way around it, if I wanted to be certain that I don't miss the next trade, I would turn the strategy off, turn it back on, and then it would be in sync, meaning my position basis is flat and the strategy would be starting anew and everything would be harmonious, right? So I went in and intervened there, and I can tell you when we run a report, I can do this all at the push of a button, which is what you want to be able to do with your own trading, which I don't think many people are able to do, but you want to be able to do this. And I can tell you today that we have to the penny what we have, and we have a profit factor of 8.15. So we've come down and we've made $8.15 for every trade. We've had a total number of trades of 12, and we've had a winning percentage of 50. Isn't that amazing, right? But yet we got $3,141 in our pocket. And there's a whole lot of other data that we can look at. Average time in trades, 35 minutes. But we're two different strategies here. And so I got eyes on this strategy, and I'll let you know if it hasn't fired yet. And the question is, will it go in? I think it's going to skip. That's what I think is going to happen. But it'd be beautiful if it doesn't. So then I don't even have to mess with it. Now it's still in this trade, and I took it off, and I can tell you how much I would have been up. It's always the way, right? It would be up $210. And we came out with like 30 or 40 bucks, right? So you want to get to a place where you don't have any emotional attachment to any of these trades. You want to get it so that it's just like brushing your teeth, you know. Yep. And this is the one that's going to run up and tag. It's pushing nearly 300. So that's okay. Okay, I was just about to think that it wasn't going to fill, and it did. So that's actually really, really good news, right? So it's still fired. Let's make sure I just put in one contract, and it did. Well, that's really good. So that means I can scalp um, quickly and don't have to mess with this particular strategy with having to resync it. And so that would be good. That's good to know. And that's something you have to test for each strategy, each trading robot. It just depends. And it's not the end of the world if you got to resync, but it's definitely something you want to know. So we are in it's a little unusual that we would still be trading here in the last 10 minutes of the day, but we'll see if we can finish on a good note and then call it a day. Look for us about in the middle part of the day. Tomorrow, probably 11, I'll say 11 o'clock. We'll see how that works. And we'll try to show you something and embedded in there, maybe some opportunities, also a chance to ask questions. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the retweets, appreciate sharing on social media. Hey, check this guy out. Check out Stock Market Caddy. The more we, let's face it, the more folks, the more interesting it is, the more fun it is for us, and we appreciate that. We've been here a long time. We just started. We just started. We're experimenting. We did a couple of YouTube ads. First time we've ever done that in a dozen years. Kind of interesting, but so we're just kind of trying to create a little more awareness, especially now that we have a newer website, which we're happy to take critiques on. We had some other plans on that front too. And oh, you're welcome, Robert. Good to see you again. Robert, if you didn't see, you really do want to see the midday video on Monday and Tuesday on the Pebble Beach triggers. I think you'll find that really, really interesting. And you can go back and look at what some of those trades did, right? So if you haven't seen that, maybe you saw it, but yeah, you're welcome. So we'll see if we can still finish. We'd like to see if we can punch one through here, and at minimum, let's see if we can hold that 28.87 mark. The market's been really stingy, hasn't it? Yeah, on Monday, Tuesday at around 11 or midday, we did like an hour session, and we were showing a new tool. Well, new tool for YouTube, not new for us. It's actually, oh, we just took a hit there. Okay. Hey, all right, took a couple here at the end. See if we can get one under our belt here. And it's called SMC Trade Generator Pebble Beach, and it's a really nice tool. It's very, very, very good for trading options and trading stock. And we picked off Apple, not Apple, Microsoft there, and Netflix is got an interesting view up here too, but Salesforce.com. All right, so we're getting chewed here right at the end. I'd rather have gotten this done. We won't let it get too out of hand here. See if we can get a winner under our belt here. But if you can see, and we'll probably run this same program tomorrow midday. Okay, she took a little hit. So we're underwater, about $100, no big deal, but we've been running since 2. We had ample opportunity to have quit further. Let's still see if we can get a profitable run out of here. And that's what we want you to be able to see and experience so that you can see like, hey, could I be running something for an hour or two and have it run and make my money and give at least give me an opportunity to shut down. That's what we want you to be able to see something like that, on a regular basis, a little not to necessarily shadow because it's happening too fast and you're on delay, but to give you an idea what that might look like. And this program is running on something very specific. I mean, we'll share it with our members, um, but everyone's got to be responsible for what they run and what they're running on, and there are variables that could be adjusted. Sleepy market, huh? Oh, mackerel. Good grief. Hey, she runs and runs and then, does this, but that's okay. I mean, so we'll see if we can get a little something, maybe even after the hour. Otherwise, we'll just call it a day. We are in this period of contract roll, right? So the volume, September contract will start trading more volume than the June contract tomorrow. And then this June contract will be officially dead next Friday. And we think shortly thereafter, if not before, we see a bit of a jailbreak, and I think the markets will come in. They're positioned to come in. I think it's a little bit of a knee jerk here today, but we shall see. Silver had a big move. Silver is the big market today. Gold had a nice recovery. Just really, really stingy. If you were trying to do this manually, it would be maddening. It'd just be. I don't even. I don't even look at a chart. I mean, it's just the machine's got it. Don't even bother. If you look here on Swing Machine, the 5 minute interval went long at 10:15. It was long all day, $1,000, 220, 650, 1255, $60, and then silver, 3 grand, 350, 40. Okay, she took a little loss there. So off of our we're currently down 887, 787, 687, about 240, $250 from 2 o'clock. So a cost of trading. Um, Certainly something we can regroup from, and we'll run her again tomorrow, and we'll try to run her in the middle of the day. Let's see if we can lessen the blow here. We won't take much more though. And this is where you can blend your trading. Maybe you want to be, seeking a trend. You get up a certain amount of money. You want to try to add to a scalping strategy. Maybe it works, maybe it don't. So you can be diversified in what you do and how you go about it. We are. Well, we're going to let this continue to run, but we're going to have to turn down YouTube. I'm sorry, we need the resources, but we're gonna let it run here, and probably into the evening session, we'll try to give you an update. And be sure to tune in tomorrow for us midday around 11 or probably around 11 a.m. We wish everyone the best as things wrap down.